So as many of you may know, I've been getting my house ready to put back on the market, and I had an amazing experience today. So the photographer was going to be at my house today with the realtor, so we had to get out of the house. Me and my dog River had to get out of the house for a couple of hours. And so we went to this coffee shop that we haven't been to in a while. Like, we were going there a lot last time my house was on the market, whenever there would be, an open house or showing or photography or whatever. And when we needed to go somewhere, if I still needed to work or whatever, we would go to this particular coffee shop here in town. But we haven't been there in months, because the house has been off the market and I've been working at home. So we went there today for the first time in a while. I had a bunch of work that I needed to do, so I had my laptop and I got all set up. And as soon as I got all set up, this little girl came over and asked if she could pet my dog. And I said, of course. And then she was petting River and I asked her name and she was adorable. And then her little brother came over and wanted to pet the dog and he was adorable. And then the dad came over and I just said, your kids are adorable. And we just started talking and he mentioned something about being in town on a vacation. And so I said, where are you from? And he said, we live in Asheville. And Asheville, as many of you may know, is where I'm planning to move. It was almost like I felt like it was meant to be, and we were put in each other's lives today for a reason. And it's just like, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe everything is just a miracle and that it's all orchestrated. And so it was so cool because I didn't really get any work done, but we ended up talking for a really long time. I'm not exactly sure how long it was, but it was a really long time. And he gave me some really good advice about, he was asking me like where I was looking at property and shared a lot of things about his experience. And it also turns out that we both use the same house sitting app. So he said, let's exchange numbers because we're always looking for house sitters and dog sitters. And so, we'd love to have you come dog sit. And he shared this story about how they got their house, because he was talking about how there's all these different neighborhoods in Asheville, which I know because I've been going up there a lot and looking at properties. And there's West Asheville and North Asheville and South, and just different neighborhoods in each part of Asheville. And they all have their own kind of flavor. And so he was talking about how when him and his wife were trying to decide what part of Asheville they wanted to live in. Oh, the other thing is they used to live in Boulder, Colorado, which is where I used to live, right? So there was all these synchronicities and similarities. And so, he had said, like, if you love Boulder, you will love living in Asheville, which is one of the reasons I'm moving there, right? Because I want that kind of a vibe. But he was telling me about how the way that they chose where they wanted to live was they came upon this coffee shop that they absolutely loved. And it was, he's like, it was just all open. The garage doors were open. Everybody kind of knew each other. There was just like an amazing vibe in there. So we narrowed our search to a mile radius around this coffee shop and ended up finding a house walking distance to the coffee shop because we knew we just wanted to be in that neighborhood and we wanted to go to that coffee shop. And he's like, now we go to that coffee shop every day with our dog. And, he's like telling me how Asheville is so dog friendly, which I know because I go there all the time with my dog and it's one of the things I love about it. But it was just really cool. Like, out of all the moments that we chose to go to the coffee shop, here's this family from Asheville. And we exchanged numbers so that, he's like, let us know when you're in town and we'll let you know when we need a dog sitter. And you can't make this stuff up. So as usual, even in the challenging times of our lives, it's not easy to sell a house. It's not easy to move. It's not easy to pack. It's not easy to relocate and all the things that go along with that. But in the process of it, I'm still always looking for signs that are proving to me that everything is handled and taken care of, and that I'm taken care of, and that the universe has my back, and that God is on the field. And today was just another perfect reminder of that. So I just wanted to share this with you in case it might help anybody else to remember that there are no coincidences, only miracles. And I'm just going to keep sharing this part of my journey with you guys for those of you that are following along with my my digital nomad diaries and my house selling process and moving process. I'm just going to keep documenting it for you guys because I know some of you have asked me to. So I will continue to do that, and I would love to hear from you. So leave me a comment, let me know that you were here. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.